Can you believe this? In Wuhan, a 57-year-old man pretended to be a national intelligence agent and deceived 5 female college students into going to hotels with him? He even demanded that the girls call him dad and husband. Not only did they not refuse, they fully cooperated. When they were in bed, he ordered the girl to shout to call him husband and even say more explicit things. On October 8, 2014, on the campus of Huazhong University of Science and Technology in Wuhan, a female college student named Xiao Chun was leisurely walking around campus. Suddenly, a neatly dressed older man stopped her. Lowering his voice deliberately, he asked her, "Where is Youth Garden?" Xiao Chun raised her hand and pointed in that direction, but the man immediately pressed her hand down and said seriously, "Do not make such big movements. Do not panic. I am not a bad person." He then took out a certificate from his pocket marked Public Security Special Agent. "There is a group of terrorists who have infiltrated the school. They may try to blow it up. I know you are scared right now, but do not be afraid. We are here to handle this case." Hearing this, Xiao Chun became instantly excited. Scenes from spy movies flashed through her mind, thrilling and cool. She eagerly asked, "What can I do to help?" The agent told her, "If you are free, take me to Youth Garden. But you cannot walk openly with me. That could expose my identity. I need you to pretend to be my daughter. That way we will attract less attention." So the two linked arms and walked toward Youth Garden together. When they arrived, Xiao Chun remembered she still had class in the afternoon and prepared to leave. But the man said to her, "Your classes are useless. Let me teach you a real lesson today." He touched his earpiece and said, "Connect me to the principal." 30 seconds later, he said her leave had already been approved for a full day. Normally, Xiao Chun had to beg her academic advisor endlessly just to get leave. Yet this man solved it with only a few words. Next, the agent dragged Xiao Chun around campus pretending to investigate. From time to time, he emphasized how dangerous the terrorists were. Then suddenly he told her, "Just now one of our agents was discovered by the enemy and was seriously injured. The organization has ordered me to go to the hospital immediately." At this point, Xiao Chun still had no doubt whatsoever. She even accompanied the old man to the hospital entrance. The agent said, "Stand here and do not move. Our personnel are confidential and cannot be seen by outsiders." So he went into the hospital alone. Outside in the freezing cold, Xiao Chun waited for more than half an hour. Inside, the agent was enjoying warm air. He then rushed out anxiously and said, "My teammate is in critical condition and needs immediate surgery. But we went on this mission lightly. We did not bring any money. If we wait for funds from headquarters, he will be dead by then." Hearing this was a matter of life and death, Xiao Chun immediately said she had money. She withdrew all her living expenses and handed them to the agent to save the injured person. The agent held her hands and thanked her, promising to report this to his superiors and give her a big reward. He then took the money and went back inside. After a while, he came out and said, "The fees have been paid. Today's operation is over. You can return to school now." But Xiao Chun was still terrified of the terrorists. She asked the agent to escort her back. On the way, he suddenly received another message saying their identities had been exposed and they could be attacked at any moment. Therefore, the organization suggested they hide in a safe house. Hearing this, Xiao Chun turned pale and instinctively grabbed the agent's wrist. At this point, she had completely fallen into the scam. Soon they arrived at a place called 7 Days Inn. Xiao Chun voluntarily took out her ID, registered and paid for the room. Once inside the room, the agent suddenly said, "Listen, does it sound like someone is walking outside? They are monitoring us. That smoke detector is actually a surveillance device. We must pretend to be a married couple so they believe us. If we are exposed, both of us will die." Xiao Chun's heart nearly jumped out of her chest. She asked anxiously how she should cooperate. "We must make the act real and play a real couple." As he spoke, the agent pulled her close and told her not to speak and to follow his instructions. He then pulled her into the bathroom. After showering, he turned off the lights and began teaching her how to act like a real married couple. During the process, he repeatedly forced her to call him husband, dad, and other explicit names loudly. 3 minutes later, after finishing a cigarette, the agent said, "It is fine now. We are safe." He got dressed and said he needed to go outside to check the situation. "If I do not come back within an hour, I will not come back at all. You can return to school on your own." After he left, the terrified Xiao Chun spent the night alone in the hotel. The next day, she cautiously returned to school. Back in her dormitory, she believed she had helped stop a terrorist attack and felt extremely proud. She told her roommates what had happened, but the more they listened, the more something felt wrong. They all believed she had been scammed and went to the police. Police discovered that before her, 4 other female college students had encountered the same agent and were deceived into hotels and assaulted. Because Xiaochun reported the case quickly, the room had not yet been cleaned. Police extracted the suspect's DNA from a condom in the trash can. They also reviewed surveillance footage and identified the suspect's movements. That same night, the suspect was arrested. The man surnamed Cao was 57 years old and unemployed. He confessed that he used the same method on all 5 victims, pretending to be an agent, slowly lowering their guard, and then scamming them out of money and sex. When police asked why he only targeted female college students, he said, "Because female college students are young and attractive, and they always think that because they have studied for a few years, they can clearly tell right from wrong. But in reality, they are very easy to deceive."
没有什么针对性。我当时想就是学生好像头脑比较简单，容易骗。如果说他们要是提出了，当时要是提出了任何一点疑问，我可能也不会让他们这样做的，我会终止的。我并没有采取任何强制性的语言或者强制性的这个。